This is why you should never buy a property for your father-in-law or rent out any of your property to family, period. This is based on a recent event that is rocking through Hong Kong at the moment. So let's introduce the protagonist of this story, well, the person that's also killed Abby Choi, body of Hong Kong model, 28, found in fridge. And let me NCIS this for you. So you have this chick, right? Her name's Abby Choi and she's about 28 years old. She's currently married to a very rich husband. Now, lots of money, right? Her life was like the Disney tale, very happy. But this isn't her first marriage. This is actually her second marriage. And her first marriage is to a poorer dude, this douchebag, who is apparently suspected of killing her. And apparently the brother-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law all played a part in allegedly killing her. Now you might be saying, Q, no big deal, someone died, so what? Well, a few weeks ago, the brother-in-law invited AC to go into his car, and then they drove her to her investment property, which she bought for her father-in-law and placed under her father-in-law's name. And as brother-in-law parked the car here, AC walked in, and then she got ambushed by her father-in-law and mother-in-law, and look what they did to her. They chopped her up. They cut her head, they cut her legs are here, her arms, her foot. In a nearby rubbish bin that is close to that house, they found her two beautiful legs and two beautiful pristine arms and hands. And in the kitchen, they found her severed head. And apparently there was some sort of soup residue. Have they been cooking her head? Now, this is Abby Choi, and she bought this property for her ex-husband's family, which now the property is in her father-in-law's name. Currently, the father-in-law, mother-in-law, and brother-in-law all live here, and they're not actually paying rent. She's basically, helping them live here because they're bloody poor. And this is what they found in the scene of the crime. They found a big meat cleaver. They found 2 surgical masks, obviously to prevent the blood spilling on their face. And they found some raincoats within the house, which was along with the meat cleaver and the mask. Obviously, when they were chainsaw massacring her, they didn't want all the blood to be on their face and their clothes. This is a lesson you can learn from this. The lesson is, if your second marriage is going good, for example, she married a rich dude, right? Living the best life right now. Who cares about your first bloody husband's family? And never ever do this, guys, right? She's remarried, and what she does often once in a while, I would say every second week, is she and her second husband will go to her first husband's home to eat dinner. Does this chick think she's Snow White? Like this is Disney? She bought a property for her father-in-law, and she got her ex-family to live in there, and they don't need to pay rent. And never mix money with family. I learned the hard way with my nephew. Because the reason why these guys decided to kill her, because she decided to sell this property. And then these guys like, bro, we live in this property. She's like, bro, you don't pay rent. Then the brother-in-law's like, well, come for dinner. Then she became dinner. Moral of the lesson, keep family and money separate. What do you think?